Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, I am going to be talking a Bitcoin price prediction for 2020. What is more likely, $50,000, $100,000, or $2,000? And it is very clearly evident based on Bitcoin halvenings before. We will take a look at that. Also, we will take a look at is the drop in Bitcoin price recently due to the 2020 halvening and why these outrageous predictions like $1 million by 2020 could be possible. So we'll take a look at all that stuff. If you think it's interesting, you should definitely check out this episode. All right, now I made this video the other day about the Bitcoin halvening explained. I'll post the link down in the description. Now, based on the last two halvenings, it is very clearly evident what is happening with Bitcoin by 2020. In case you're wondering, obviously you haven't watched that video, so I'll summarize it for you here right now. Now, the halvening is happening May 2020. That's when the Bitcoin block reward drops from 12.5 Bitcoin per block to 6.25 Bitcoin per block. That means the miners don't get rewarded as much. That means they have less incentive to actually sell their Bitcoin. Well, what else happens? The supply of Bitcoin drops dramatically. Actually, the inflation of Bitcoin will be less than inflation of US dollars for the first time ever at this happening May 2020. Well, what's going to happen then? Guess what? Bitcoin price won't cross past $20,000 by then. If we take a look at the past two halvenings, there was an all-time high that was not crossed at the halvening. Okay, all-time high right here, white dotted line. The halvening is this blue line, did not cross right here. Again, we will not cross $20,000 by May of 2020. However, within 6 months of May of 2020, we will very likely cross that on the way to a new all-time high. Where that all-time high could be, $50,000, $100,000, both are very likely. So if you want to know my opinion on what's going to happen, the price is going to stay down somewhat low. As we've seen happen 2 times before, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. It happened before. It's very likely to happen again, where Bitcoin price will probably stay right around where we are. Right now, we're 1.5 times the price a year before the halvening. Guess what? It was 3 times at the last time, 5 times the time before that. But guess what? From a year before to a year after, the first halvening price went up 487 times, the second halvening 15 times, third halvening maybe 10 times, which could bring the price to about $70,000 per Bitcoin by May of 2021. That does not mean by the end of 2020. Now, right now, there is a bit of a price correction going on that if we take a look at the past 2 halvenings, this was the first halvening, this is the second halvening, this is the halvening we're at right now. We had a price resurgence to the 786 fib line, price drops back down, and here to the 150-day MA, okay, or 150 weekly MA, okay? There, it was previously supported 200-day MA. Same thing happened at the second halving, 150, 200. Here, this is a 2-day chart instead of a weekly chart, but it found support at the 300 and 400-day. But again, same thing, price resurgence from the larger MA, larger moving average, and then drops down to the smaller MA before the halving happens again and again. So this price action we're seeing right now could very well be due to the halving. But what's going to happen in a halving? Well, right after the halving is May of 2020. Right after that, the dickening, December of 2020, is a very important time because either Bitcoin is going to be worth $1 million per coin, or John McAfee is going to eat his own dick on national television, or have some Thai prostitutes suck it for him on national television. So one of those two things is going to happen. And here's why the price is likely to go to $1 million if it does, in fact, break $20,000, break $100,000. Because guess what? Bitcoin is a scarce resource. Okay, 21 million, but guess what? There's not 21 million. 7 million are lost, and guess what? There's more, according to McAfee, there's more Bitcoin being lost every day than there are being mined every day. So every day the supply is dropping by more and more and more and more and more. And once the demand goes up, once the price breaks this $20,000 point, the price is going to soar because all these freaking weak hands who got out when the price started dropping $20,000, they're going to want to get back in now because everybody's talking about Bitcoin. They're going to think they made a bad decision by selling it, which they did, and the price is just going to soar because the supply is less than ever, especially with Grayscale and Cash App buying 2/3 of the Bitcoin supply at this point. There's just not that much left. So the price is likely to soar, potentially even up to $1 million by 2020. It's possible. So that's my thoughts on price prediction for 2020. Will it reach $20,000 by May of 2020? No, absolutely not. But within 6 months of them, by the end of 2020, yes, we might be back to all-time highs. If it breaks that, we could go 50,000, 100,000, even $1 million, depending upon supply, depending upon how crazy people go for it. Definitely, if not 2020, by 2021, this will happen. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy that. Make sure you check out Monarch Wallet, hold Bitcoin and 3,000 other cryptocurrencies, earn up to 10% interest on your cryptos while you hold them in there. And also check out Monarch Pay, the world's first decentralized recurring crypto payments. I'll check you later. Have a good weekend. All right, peace.